I only started one fight the whole time I was in prison, and here's the story. So I had a roommate who moved in, and he was a junkie, and he had a lot of money, but he always owed more than he had. So every time we went to the store, he would order the max, he would pay it out, and he would still owe more money. Every time he was supposed to send street to street, he would pay it out, but still owe more money. So it became a problem because people wanted their money and they weren't getting it. Around the same time, I had words with somebody else who had said he was going to take care of a debt, and he didn't, and then kept asking me for more and more, so I told him to go F himself and said, don't ask me for anything. So the next commissary day, I went down to the store, I put all my stuff in a bag, I brought it back, and I stuck it in my locker. And before I ran out to rec, I actually put a lock on it. And I never used to lock my stuff, but with everything that was going on with my roommate, I figured it was easier. I came in from rec, I went in the cell, and my locker was still there locked, but my roommate's stuff was open, his stuff was all tossed, he didn't have any commissary, everything was gone. Even though he was in the wrong, it was also a violation because they'd come into my cell and not spoken to me about it. And I later realized that my jar of coffee was also missing. So I walked out in the pod, talked to a couple guys who hadn't gone out to rec, found out who had been around my cell, and when the guy came down the steps that I had had words with, he bent over the trash can to fill out a parlay ticket. So I walked behind him and kicked him in the ass as hard as I could, hoping to slam his head into the concrete and knock him out. But it didn't knock him out. He turned around, we started fighting, we ended up kind of wrestling, scrambling around on the ground. The guard in the booth saw and called the 1033, which is a fight call. And as soon as we heard the door open for the goon squad, we kind of managed to scramble apart. So we scrambled apart, but we're still like sweating and breathing hard. It wasn't hard to figure out who was fighting. And as soon as we get to the watch office, he starts telling him like, hey, I didn't do nothing. He just attacked me, man. No, you can't take me to the hole. No, please don't do this. Oh, no, this is bad. So while I was sitting back in the hole, all this dude's homeboys started saying, hey, man, what happened? Like, what did dude do? And I said, yo, he told on me. What do you think? So they sent word back to him in the hole that he was not allowed back on the yard. So he stayed checked in and got sent to another compound. And I am so grateful I don't have to live in situations like that anymore. But there are a lot of people who get out of prison and go to environments that are still just like that.